What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's vlog where I reviewed AEW Revolution 2023. If you haven't checked that out, please do. But for right now, man, this one is a very special episode, man. This is episode 200 of the Classic Chronicles. Oh man, full disclosure here, I know I've said it a bunch on this channel, but I never thought I'd make it this far, man. 200 episodes in, and we are less than a year and a half in on the channel. Man, thank you for the overwhelming support, or your comments, or your suggestions. I see it all and I read it all, and I'll never stop thanking everybody for the positive feedback that I'm getting on this. And sometimes not so good feedback, but for the most part, it has been very, very positive, and I'm gonna keep going for those who, support me, and to those of you, to the people who, don't. I think I speak for every YouTube creator when I say, you know what, we're not doing it for you. We're doing it for the ones that support us and that dig what we're doing every single week or however long we drop. But it's very overwhelming, the support that I'm getting, and I will continue to do it for you guys. So yeah, man, let's just get right into it. Episode 200. So for this one, I thought I'd go back to my roots and tell you guys a little life story. So this one is actually quite recent. This went down last Wednesday, as a matter of fact, as I'm recording this. So only a couple of days ago. So what happened was, I was supposed to attend an advanced screening of Luther, the Fallen Son, with Idris Elba. It's a new movie coming out on Netflix. Not sure the date. I think later this month. Supposed to drop, but yeah. So I got advanced screening passes for that. And I thought it was last Wednesday, which was the first, but it turns out it is this upcoming Wednesday, the 8th. So yeah, so I got my dates mixed up. So I get there, and I'm wondering, like, usually when you get to the theater where the event screening is, huge line of people outside and just relaxing on the line, just chilling, talking to each other. That's how these things go. And then, but as I get there, I'm like, what's going on? Because there was no line, nobody like even passing by there, because the theater that it was at is kind of on this like back street, and it's like if you don't see anybody passing through there, it's like what's going on? So I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I check, like I just check, I go to my passes that I have for the movie, and I look at the date and it says March 8th. So I'm like, oh my god, what the hell am I gonna do right now? And then so then I'm like, I text my sis Crystal, who was supposed to go with me. Hey, you're not leaving your house yet, right? Because she was working from home. She's working from home on Wednesdays, at least, anyway. So I'm like, hey, you didn't leave your house yet? And she's like, no, why? What happened? And I'm like, oh, that yeah, I checked the date on the passes for the movie, and it turns out it's next Wednesday. See, the good news for you is you don't have to leave your house, but the bad news for me, I gotta figure out how to get home from where I was at. So so then she's like, oh no, how are you gonna get home? And I was like, no, I'm gonna take the bus. So I've taken the bus from the west side of the city plenty of times, because accessoride, when they leave you stuck somewhere, you're basically responsible for getting home on your own, no matter what. So I, what do you call it? So I'm like, okay, let me look up where I'm at. I was on West 58th Street. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then it said, oh, you to catch the 32, which is one of the buses that I need to get home, is like 5 minutes away. It's a 5 minute walk. So I'm walking in the direction that it says to look, and then the 32 bus doesn't stop there. The Q32. I need the Q32 to the Q60 to the Q32 to the Q58. Or if you're in the vicinity of the 60, you just take the 60 to the 58. It's basically the same route. Uh, Basically goes over the 59th Street Bridge in New York City. So I'm like, okay, let me. I don't see the 32, so I just keep rolling down the East 57th Street, and realize that there was a TD Bank. So I'm like, okay, cool. There's a TD Bank. I gotta make a stop at the bank anyway, and I'll just ask the guy, how far is it to catch the 60 bus? And no, it wasn't far at all. So I rolled 4 blocks down to from the west side, from West 58th Street to like East 57. It's like 4 blocks, but they're like extremely long blocks. If you've been to Manhattan or you live in New York, you know what I'm talking about. Those Manhattan blocks are a killer. But for now, it was a real nice roll for me, and stopped at the bank, did what I had to do, and then what do you call it? Went to just took the 60 home, and because it wasn't that far, it was like a 2 block walk from the bank to where the 60 bus is, and then just got home and in a reasonable amount of time, about an hour and 15 minutes, and that's not bad for a commute, especially during the height of rush hour. So I was very thankful for that. And yeah, so bottom line is, man, keep you make sure when you're planning stuff, at least with everybody, make sure you got your dates straight, man, because that'll mess you up in the long run, just like it did me. But no, I had a little fun. It wasn't a bad last Wednesday wasn't a bad day. It wasn't that cold. It was typical New York early late winter, early spring day. So yeah, that's what went on last week. Had a little bit of fun. I just laughed at the whole situation. I wasn't even mad about it because that is the first time that has ever happened to me, and hopefully it's the last. But yeah, looking forward to that movie this week, and got a lot of other stuff coming up on the channel in the coming weeks. So man, just look out for everything. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Classic Chronicles. Like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit the notification button so you don't miss a video. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Here's to 200 more.